We should be live, hopefully. Welcome, race fans. I am doing today's GTD race. This is the weather that we're going to have today. It's going to be R5, R8, R7, R5, R6. So it's going to be kind of light rain in the beginning and near the end there with a heavy drizzle or a heavy rainstorm there right in the middle. Should be interesting to see. We will get qualifying going here real shortly. Chaotica in the ambulance. Having a little bit of fun. We got a first GTD race of the season. Got a whole, quite a few new drivers here. Looks like Marquina Speedstar. That must be Texas Speedstar's brother. That's really the only new name. We got a lot of returners here. Camzilla's coming in this season. Has missed a bit. Is on my team. I might just have to watch him the whole race. We'll have to see. Jim Kurisky, Binkett, Merc K2, Danson, and the other Texas. Oh wait, no, there's Texas. So we have two Speedstar players. I wonder who they are. I'm confused actually, since Texas Speedstar should be Texas's brother. So who is the other Speedstars? I'm not sure. Somebody could fill me in on that if anybody's here yet. Looks like nobody is watching the broadcast. I can't type it. People are just starting to get warmed up a little bit out here. We've had a couple people join. Looks like again, for new joiners here, the weather is going to be 5, 8, 7, 5, 6. That's what we're going to have for the weather today. So we'll just let people get warmed up here as we plan to begin qualifying here probably pretty shortly. All right, qualifying is about to begin. Again, the weather setup is 5, 8, 7, 5, 6. Try to remember those numbers. In Cam is first out. Let's see what kind of laps they can put together in this opening qualifier of the start of the season. What position they end up getting set in is going to be a big factor for this first race to start the year. You definitely want to get that pole position if possible. Having some nice open air through the opening S's. You don't want to be stuck behind a slow driver through the opening S's. That's definitely a brutal place to be. So Cam is doing his out lap right now. He is number one car in the field. First out. Got the Crayola car. That looks nice. Dirksy in the Dunkin' Donuts. Don't mess with Texas. Kurisky in the Tachi. The other Speedstar. Looks like they're starting to set some space up a little bit. There goes Jim, Saito, and K2. K2 in the Supra. I think it just going off track, giving people some space. Mercury in the Mustang. Very nice. Whoa. I think it's just going to give everybody some room. Cam's coming around spoons. So we'll go ahead and, as Cam is the lead car here, and should be pretty fast, we'll go ahead and follow his opening hot lap, see where the field is going to be. Feels like favoritism because he's my teammate, but it's just because he's the lead car. Got the light brake into the first two turns, a little bit of coast into a slight second brake, then power out and into the Suzuka S's. You want to kind of lift and try to get as close to these as possible, try to get that rotation. Left, right, the car has to go through. The sooner you can get that weight shifted, the better generally. This is the hard part for me. I spun here twice in the GTD Pro Race, especially in the rain. This part is just kind of brutal sometimes. Car loves to get just a little loose on the back end going up that hill. The fast double right-hander. I don't know what these are called, if they have a name. Do a short straight into the hairpin. It's a good hairpin. I don't know how to pronounce that. The Dignars? Degnars? I'm not trying to pronounce that. Okay, Degnars. Interesting. Thank you. I know this one. This is 130R he's coming up on. I hate 130R. Oh, I forgot how I said it. Degnar? I don't know how to say it. I'll look it up later. Alright, let's see what kind of lap Cam has here. Sticking close to the wall, and 2:12.4, not bad. Let's see what Dan and Son comes across. Looks like 2:13.4, 1 second behind. Dirksy's gonna cross. Denson back into the pits, wants to try again. Dirksy just shy of him. Texas takes the third spot. Oh. Marquina jumps in the fourth spot ahead of Dirksy, just behind Texas. Genzilla still the number one car. A good second ahead of the second place finisher. Jim rolls in on sixth. Saito takes it immediately and takes sixth. Jim pushed into seventh. K2 takes pole. 112.1. 3.5 tenths, and Binkett right behind him into second. Cam is pushed into third. 9 thousandths of a second faster than Camzilla. Top three racers real close together for this opening qualifier. Curious what people do at the end of this lap. If they just scuff the lap, if they don't think it's good, try to pit, try to get one more chance with light fuel. There should be enough time to jump in the pits, throw on a new pair of softs, and just jump right out. Should be doable if anybody wants to. Have to give up on this lap though. But usually the wear makes this lap a little slower than than lap 2. 58756 again is our weather pattern today. R5, R8, R7, R6, R5, I believe. I'll double check it again. But that means we're going to have light rain to start and light rain to finish. It might be 5-6. It might end on 6. but with a heavy rain stint of 7 and 8 in the middle. So depending on the safety car roll, these guys might not have to really drive in much heavy rain. All those fives. It looks like Cam is going to jump into the pits, get a new set of tires, no fuel, and just see what he can do. Let's check in with Mercury here. See if he's going any faster. Texas into the pits as well. Looks like that's a quit to pit, so no low fuel for him. Looks like Cam's going to jump back out now and give it a shot. Let's see what these guys do. Are they going to stay out? They are going to stay out. So they're going to try to see if they can set faster time on worn tires. Oh, that is a new fastest lap, 1:11.9 for K2 Mars. Very good time. About half a second faster than Camzilla, and about a half second faster than Binkit as well. Russia sets a new fastest for himself, jumping up into 8th. Got about 2 minutes left in qualifying. Roughly one more lap for these guys if they want to try it. These guys with the worn tires, they're not doing themselves any favor. They're not going to beat their previous time on those tires. Might as well just jump back to the pits. This Supra seems quite quick. Very Anakin Skywalker. That's definitely Anakin design patterns. Anakin's pod racer. Cam is on an out lap. Mercury's tires are just about shredded. He's not going to get a faster time on those. Benson's going to pass a sector here. He is blue. Can he take the 4th place position from Mercury? That power down. Looks like he's got a fair shot to me. Yes, in the 2nd place. Very nice. Picked up a whole second on that last quarter sequence. Very, very good. Cam is starting his last hot lap of the session. About 30 seconds left in qualifying. K2 into the pits. He's done. Somebody out is off the track. Jim, he's done. Mercury is no faster. Who's still running? Binkit's not going to improve with those tires. I doubt Dad will as well. Let's see who else has good tires on. Mercury's done. Texas here could improve his time. He's got fresh tires. He is on a blue lap. Sully improves his best. I don't think he gained any positions. Nope, still in the back of the field. Thrasher's off track. He's done for that lap. 1/10 behind. He was blue on the previous sector. Very strong exit out of the hairpin. And Dirksey sets a new fastest. He's back up into 8th. Is Texas still blue here? It's going to be about 5/10 blue. Oh, 7/10. He's got the chance to take Mercury. Looks like that rain is overcast. Is starting to crop in already. I don't think it should be heavy rain though, with that first tile being just a 5. I won't be able to see the weather radar, unfortunately, so we'll just have to play that by ear. Alright. And does he improve? Yes, and Camzilla took pole as well. New fastest 111.7 on the light fuel. Way to go, Camzilla, grabbing the pole. Texas improved his time, took Mercury's spot in 6th. Way to go, Camzilla, grabbing the pole there at the end. So now we need to find out what the safety car is going to be. Returning fast racer Camzilla to GTD takes pole in the opening race at Suzuka. What a story. What is the safety car? That is the question we need to have the answer to. It looks like it's going to be safety car 9. So right during that early 5 tile leading into the 8 tile, I believe, we will have our safety car. So during the heavy rain stint. So it's probably going to be very similar to what happened in the GTD Pro race. Everyone's just going to stay out until the rain comes, as kind of is going to be expected here. Safety car 9, yes, sir. Thank you very much. So it's Camzilla, K2, Dadinson, Binkett, Macrina? I don't know how to pronounce that either. Macarena, maybe? Hey, Macarena. Texas right behind him. Mercury, Dirksey, Thrasher, Jim, Saito, Kuriskai, and Sully to round out the field. Is our safety car going to be the medic? Makina. Okay, thank you very much. Makina. That helps a lot with the pronunciation. I appreciate it. Is Kayanica going to really roll the safety car in the medic? In the high medic? I guess it won't be going 100 miles per hour like it was in the GTD Pro race. We're going to start in about 2 minutes, it looks like. Let's take a look at our times and spreads again while we wait. Who's fastest on this isn't really going to matter much, because it's really going to come down to who doesn't spin when it comes to the rain and the drying sequence. Because just like me, I spun 3 times, and it pretty much cost me the race. I was at one time in last place. It was brutal. Yeah, the Jag is quite nice. Both the Group 4 and the Group 3 Jag is very good. The Group 4 one has interesting... You can do a lot of interesting things with the downforce in that one. Personally, I think it's a little bugged. But, you know, it is what it is. About 1 minute to go here. Any predictions for the race for the top 3? Is it just Cam, K2, and Dad? Is that the prediction? Anybody want to throw any money down? Makina. Got it. Gonna have to learn it, because I'm probably gonna have to say it a bunch. One last look at the weather. 5, 8, 7, 5, 6. And here we go! Alright, we're going to follow his dad and son through this opening starting sequence. And it's dropped the clutch and race! I thought I was going to say it. And they're off. Camzilla in the lead with that good launch off the Jaguar. Super right behind him with K2. Mercury just in third behind him. That Mustang's got a lot of pull off the starting line. Danson holds onto the inside, retains position on Mercury. They're going through the S's now. Oh, looks like K2 went a little wide. Maybe he's trying to get a little bit of a cutback on Cam. Nope, maybe just a little wide. Everybody just kind of navigating the S's. Let's take a look at the tires. Cam is on the hard tires. K2 on the hards. Danson on the hards. Mercury on the hards. Machina is on the soft tires. That's an interesting thing to do. I don't think those are going to last until the rain. That might be a mistake. Dirksey also on the hard tires. Texas on the hard tires. Thrasher, Jim, Saito, Kuriskai, everybody on the hards except Machina on the softs. Well, that might help him for this opening lap or two, maybe get a position, but those tires are going to die by lap 3 or 4. Rain's not going to come in until at least lap 7 or 8. It might even take longer than that, given the R5 being the first tile. Oop, trying to make a move, pushes Mercury. Let's take a look at that again. Goes inside, just under brakes, and then just into the vortex of danger. Just pushes Mercury and does not recede position back. Very unsportsmanlike, gets nerfed in the back from Mercury again on the exit. Definitely needs to give that position back. Oop, how do I get out of this? There we go. Oh, he may have given it back on the back straight, perhaps? I did miss that, if he was given back. Mercury into the pits, that's... Oh, he wants to get off those hard tires immediately, okay. Get them run. Danson and Camzilla fighting for first and second. Danson pushes Camzilla wide, claiming the inside. Cam is trying to recover the car. Loses another spot to K2. Oof, that was a interesting situation there. Neither wanting to give up on that position. Danson holding the inside and pushing Camzilla wide. See if we can maybe catch that again as well. Might be a little late. Nope, sorry. Well, you shouldn't teach him to commit penalties. That was a little sketchy. Machina on those soft tires, blows right by Texas. I mean, if you're going to take the inside, you got to stay low. You can't run it wide when you claim the inside, because then you just push out the outside car, like what happened. Like, you have to commit to that low and stay low. What is this nonsense? Yeah, quite. But you got to stay low if you're going to do that. You have to give the room to the car on the outside to maintain the corner. So Machina's, he's pushing really aggressively here, but on those soft tires, I think he's just committing positional suicide. He's going to have to pit twice before once before the rain, and then again for the rain. So as the rain begins, he's going to be pushed into last place, most likely. So it's Dad and Son, led by K2, Machina, Camzilla, Texas, Dirksey, Thrasher, and Jim on the top 8. We got a little bit of spread throughout the field at the moment. It's a nice camera angle. We begin lap 3. Let's check in on those soft tires. And not doing too bad, honestly. All things considered. Maybe he just knows something we don't about this car and the soft tires. Yeah, K2 Mars picked up a 1/2 second penalty. Not sure where that occurred. Machina is right behind him on those soft tires. Everybody else on the hards. If you can stay with him till the penalty zone, he's definitely going to grab that spot from K2 when he has to serve his penalty. A little late into the corner there. Almost ran wide. Could have been dangerous. Skies are still clear for the moment. We should be approaching the end of the first weather tile into the second weather tile here in about 30 seconds. A lot of people trying to take the inside on spoons as an overtaking point. It can be a good one if your opponent brakes early, but if they late brake or trail brake into that corner, it's very hard to get in the inside position. Okay, Tumar is serving his penalty, brings him into a side-by-side with Camzilla there, and he's going to be slow into the final bus stop chicane, but he will have the inside position. K2 unable to make the overtake. Well into the second weather tile, that half second costing K2 at least 2 positions. Well, the soft tires are holding up better than I expected after 4 laps, that is for sure. With that first rain tile being a 5, though, everybody's going to have to go longer than probably previously thought. So I still think it's going to be a mistake, even though they are wearing considerably slower than I would have anticipated. Dad and Son, led by Makina, Camzilla, K2, and Texas, is our top 5. Let's check in with the back of the field, see if there's any action going on. Still pretty tight group. Thrasher behind teammate Dirksey. Jim following behind them. About a second gap between them. Another 2 seconds between him and Saito in the back of the field. Binkett way in the back in 11th. Struggling on this first race of the season. Perhaps just being a little tentative on the track here. Mercury has been pushed all the way to the back. I guess that's from the early pit stop. Yep, he started on those hards, ran 1, and got off onto the mediums immediately. So that has pushed him to the back of the pack. He will have some work to do to catch up. And those softs are now down to 50% at the end of lap 4. They are not going to make it till the rain. Before that R8 tile hits, I'm going to estimate maybe, like, 12, 13 minutes into this race. It's probably another 5 laps. Probably 13 or 14 minutes before we actually see the rain on the track. I don't think he's going to be able to hold out. Oh yeah, he's going to pit now. Let's see if he puts on a required tire. I guess he will have to. We'll see if he goes with the mediums or the hards, and that's going to cost him all that position and time gained for Makina. I just don't think softs are really worth running on this track at all, honestly. Today, there's just no time for it. Oh, K2. Oh, that looked like a disconnect for K2 for a second, but looks like it is regathered. He seems to be okay. Danson's got a big 6-second gap right now on Camzilla. But he is sticking ahead of K2 for the moment, just by a little bit. Texas right on their heels as well. And Dirksey's got him in view too, just from the back. Thrasher right on his teammate Dirksey's tail. A little tentative for Thrasher there into that corner, gave up a few tenths. Just trying not to put too much pressure on his teammate in the Dunkin' Donuts AMG. Gotta love those sprinkles. Camzilla has two drivers all over him. Oh, Camzilla gets loose. Almost lost it. Into the dirt. He's going to lose a couple more positions on this straight, too, from the slow exit. Trying to figure out where to go. Okay, we're going to stick to the right. Dirksey passed. Doesn't look like... Thrasher doesn't look like he's going to catch him in time. So just a little mistake by Camzilla cost him at least, what, 2 or 3 positions there. For some reason, Thrasher's engine is very quiet on the replay right now. That AMG just powering out of that corner. Jim sets the fastest for his stint. Binkett looks like he's ready to make a move on Saito soon. Let's see if he can make it through the first sector. How brave he's willing to be. There's an opportunity. Oh, a little light on the throttle. And here comes a little bit of rain. I heard it. I can hear it hitting the windshields. Might have just been a little sprinkle. We'll watch in this view. We'll see when the windshield wipers begin to come on. I'm sure would love to get this overtake done before the rain begins. It's a hybrid. I don't know about that. Dirksey, Cam, and Thrasher. This is a tight group too. All right, we are. It just ended the second weather tile. Weather tile 3, the first rain tile. You can see from the overcast skies that R5 tile is basically now in full effect. Whether it's going to actually rain is going to be another question. R5s are pretty notorious for not actually raining. So I imagine these drivers are going to be out here a little bit longer. Probably was the smart move for everybody to start on the hard tires, just because this extended stint, just to make sure your tires don't give up early. Fuel should be interesting. Camzilla looks like he has considerably more fuel than Thrasher behind him, and Dirksey ahead of him. In fact, Dad and Son's got almost the same amount of fuel, but everybody else seems like they have less fuel than Camzilla's rocking right now. So Cam is saving a little bit. All right, lap 7 is generally where the first rain tile really begins, but with R5, so far we have not seen any rain. I wish I could look at the radar, but unfortunately I cannot. Binkett did make it past Saito in the end on that lap. Way to go, Binkett. Grabbing that ace spot. Now you just got to run down Jim. Dirksey, Cam, and Thrasher still running. Tight group of 3. Texas has dropped a little bit behind K2. And everybody's falling way behind Dad and Son, who's just got a huge gap at this point. 8.5 seconds on second place, at least for now. The rain will obviously be the ultimate skill equalizer today. I think Cam is just comfortable behind Dirksey right now, just maybe using that slip to get a little bit of extra short shifting done. Yeah, there goes the windshield wipers. A little bit. We'll keep an eye on the weather tile at the weather marker at the bottom. Oop. Dirksey a little off the line there. Sam lit up a little bit into 130R. Didn't want to push it too tough. Too tight at least. We do have the winch wipers going, but so far there is no actual water on the track. Just a light misting in the sky right now. Let's see how far Makina and Mercury are. At the only two drivers to pit on the opening section of this race. Looks like Mercury's already on the wet tires. That was fast. I guess the R8 is probably due to come in soon. We're actually due to hit our safety car lap here. What safety car? It was 9, so it's next lap. So this is the last lap before safety car. The Mercury's already on those wet tires. That's very interesting. So Mercury must have pit a second time already because he was out went on the hards and the mediums. He might be the only driver prepared for rain. Nobody else can pit right now because this is the lockout lap. Or 7 is the last lap available, so 8 is the lockout lap. So these guys are going to have to go through the safety car on their racing slicks under safety car conditions. So that'll be interesting. Let's see if anybody, people might be spinning out under the safety car. That is a possibility. We will be going quite slow, so that'll help. But, yeah. Pits are currently locked out. You cannot pit right now. Danson is about to begin the safety car lap soon. Okay. Let's see if the safety car is out. Hi, medic. Oh, looks like I can see a little bit of weather there. Somebody does have their weather radar on, so there's a look at the rain from K2's perspective. This is going to be rough for these guys having to do this safety car lap on the slicks. Somebody might push it a little hard and end up off track. This could be interesting. The only person who is tire prepared right now is Mercury. He is already on the wets, although they are very worn. You might as well just pit and get a new set of wets. In my opinion, Mercury. I wouldn't stay out on those. Tried to undercut it and get the wets prepared, but just too early in the dry weather. Looks like Kuroski did the same thing. He's also on the wets. They are also quite worn. Is there anybody else? Saito is on the wets. His are much less worn, so he pit at the proper time. Sully's way off track there. These guys are going to have to struggle here during the safety car. So here we go. Let's take a look at the liveries. Dad and son with this nice Crayola livery. Very good Glovis. I like this one a lot. No, actually Binkett did this one. That's right, not Glovis. This is a Binkett-inspired livery. Very good livery. I like it. Anakin Skywalker. It's Skywalker! Texas with the Texas-inspired livery. San Antonio Spurs. Don't mess with Texas. Big Red. Big Red chewing gum. Apparently that's a Texas thing. Dunkin' Donuts. The orange and pink with the sprinkles on the back. Really like the sprinkles on the window. Very nice livery. And then our Maple Stars, North America United, America and Canada. We are friends. You are not the 51st state. It's kind of a Winnipeg Jets logo there on the back. Looks like. They're not even in the playoffs. What the fuck? No sprinkles on the back window for Thrasher. That rain is real heavy now. This must be the R8 tile. It's almost into the blue. Any other different liveries here? We have Sebulba. The Lambo for Saito. 0019. You added a lot of extra digits to your number there, Saito. Kurus guy as well. Mercury in the Mustang. I like the stripes. Makina and Kayanica. So everybody in, of course, to pit for those wet tires under the safety car, as it is very heavy out here. The other cars still have to catch up, slowly being very tentative. Saito already on the wets. He's the only one set up right now. I would push hard, Saito. This is your opportunity to get in front of the pack. The only racer adequately prepared for this this stint, actually, to have their wet tires on early and not to have them too worn. I think this is actually he pit at the perfect moment, in my opinion, to get out in front, get those wet tires on. That's a perfect amount of wear. That's like one lap worth of wear. Like, honestly, that's where you want to be, in my opinion. So that's really good forethought by Saito on his pit stop. So he will take over the first position on the restart. The other drivers are going to have to catch up. Saito had a bunch of extra fuel, I think, and was able to get him out of the pits a little faster. Kurus was able to stay out as well. Looks like Kurus just giving up the position unintentionally. He just wants you guys to go by. He doesn't want to hold anybody up. This is under safety car, so technically these drivers aren't supposed to pass you. Jim is probably thinking, what the hell? Yeah, that looked like Kurus letting those two other drivers go, but he's not going to let Jim go. Interesting. And it's Kurus off the road. All right. Jim is not pressing the issue. All right, that's interesting things going on in the back of the pack. We've all caught up to Saito now at this point. Should be an interesting restart. Kurus also let a bunch of other people go. Looks like he did let, or no, he didn't. Sorry, Jim just fell behind. Thought he had gotten past him, but nope. So, Saito is going to be the pack leader on the restart. That should definitely make things interesting. And you can't pass him before the line. So Saito will be the one to determine when we're going to go. All right, looks like Saito has... All right, there we go, and we're off. The restart has begun. And Danson right past Saito on the opening corner. Saito is just a little wide. He's going to try to battle here a little bit. He made the smart decision. He earned this position with smart choices. Can he hold on? This is where it's going to be real slippery. The back ends are going to be kicking out on all these vehicles. Moves are going to be attempted. K2 trying to take the inside. Has to give up on it. He's trying to find the inside line on Saito. Trying to push too hard at this point can definitely be deadly. As you see, the car is just wants to get loose. Camzilla right on his butt. And Texas right behind him. He had the better run. Had the lid up going into this Degnars section. Oh, a little bit, and just a tiny tap on the back of Camzilla. Not enough to do anything to him. A lot of action here in the second, third, fourth, fifth place positions. Saito hanging on to second. K2 doesn't want to give up third. Texas has a good launch out of the chicane there, or the hairpin. Cam is just barely holding on to fourth. This is definitely intense. Thankfully with K2 we get to see the weather here. Oh, K2 off the track. I think Cam has claimed that inside corner off the rejoin for sure. Alright, Cam into third, followed by Texas. K2 falls back into fifth. Got Dirksey right on him. They go into 130R. 4 cars are right in the line. Everybody has to lit up. Everybody afraid. K2 lits up more than the others. Dirksey takes him on the outside. Can he hold on for the switchback here through the corner? I think he can. Yep, Dirksey will have the inside position on the exit, giving him as much space as he possibly can. Be careful not to pit maneuver your front opponent. Curtis guy, look at you. Just like, hello, I'm here too. K2 just lost about 4 positions that lap. Might not be good in the rain. It is not Skywalker this time. Curtis guy down real low. Dirksey trying to hold it on the outside. That'll be good for Dirksey. He'll have the inside position on the next beginning part through the S's. First guy, oh, he's going wide on these corners. Getting caught in the rearview mirror by K2 and Binkett. Everybody battling behind him. Looking for an opportunity. Let's take a look at the front here. Texas and Camzilla still fighting. Saito still up in second. Way to go, Saito. Way to hold on. That car, that all-wheel drive in the rain in the Lambo, doing Lambo things. He's got full confidence in his car in these conditions. Probably more than most other drivers right now. I guess Kurisky would be the number 2. He's also in the Lambo, these all-wheel drive Lambos. Oh, off the track for Kurisky. And that's a brutal slide. He's just trying to power out. All-wheel drive doing all the work for Kurisky as he slides the car through the Segnars section. I'm never going to pronounce that shit right. Degnars. Not Segnars, Degnars. Okay. Texas is falling behind a little bit. But Saito just right on Dad and Son. If anything's the story right now, it's this. Saito punching well above his usual weight class. Very comfortable in these wet conditions in the Lambo. As we're about to hit the 30-minute mark. Let's see if we can find K2 and take a look at the rain. Still very heavy rain on the forecast. Doesn't look like it's going to be letting up anytime soon. We'll just use K2 as our weather check-in. Oh, what was that? Binkett into the back of Kurisky, who did slow down a little too much. Definitely don't need to brake that much for 130R. I'm sure Binkett not intended to do that, just kind of all of a sudden there was a car in front of him. That Lambo doing all the work. K2 continues to fall. He began this wet stint on the restart in 2nd place, or 3rd place, I believe. He is down to 8th. The Super and the rain, they do not get along. Jim holding on in 9th, followed behind by Thrasher and Mercury. Some tight racing in the back of the pack. People want to be aggressive a little bit, want to gain some positions, but don't want to slide into the car ahead of them. Lakina still hasn't been able to make up time lost from his early pit stop to the soft tires. He was really pushed into the back. He has not been able to catch up. 30 seconds behind the leader. Danson in the lead, got about a second gap on Saito, who himself has 3 seconds on Camzilla. Cam doing everything he can to fight off Texas, maintain a podium position. Some cheering in the crowd from Junior. Now is that Junior or Dad? I guess it is Junior, right? All right, go, way to go, Junior. Let's go. He's got to fight off that Lamborghini with that all-wheel drive. Things will definitely shake up again once the track dries, though. These wet conditions are probably going to remain considerably wet for quite a while. Haven't had much position change in a while. Oh, we have Dirksey making a move on Binkett. Can he get around the outside of him? No, Binkett's going to hold on. Have to see if a move can be made into turn 1 and 2. Doesn't look like it. Dirksey did not get much off the slipstream there. First guy doing quite well in the Lambo as well, up in 7th place ahead of K2 Mars. One of our fastest pole drivers on this track. As usual, the rain being quite the equalizer. All the advantage to the Lambo here, though, with the all-wheel drive. Oh! K2 got real loose there. I saw it in the rearview mirror. Oh, Thrasher drops out of the lobby. I don't know if that was a disconnect or a unfortunate rage quit from accident. He's not in the race, so I can't check on it anymore, but if anybody knows what happened, let me know. But Thrasher is going to be a DNF for this race. Jim back in 11th. Must have also had a bit of a problem. He was up in 9th earlier. I'm sure it's too far gone to catch it in the replay buffer at this point. Binkett up into 5th. Texas still right on Camzilla's tail. Saito still on Dadson's tail. There really hasn't been any change in these gaps for a number of laps. Texas with the exit over Camzilla. Doesn't want to push it into 130R. That's understandable. Oh, Cam blows the corner just a bit. Good recovery on the exit, though. Looks like the rain has definitely lightened up a little bit. It's not into dry conditions yet, but it's getting there. It's definitely out of the blue portion of the wet weather radar thingy. As you can see from K2's weather here, as Kuriskai slides in front of him. Still definitely in the rain, but not heavy. It could be letting up here in the next couple minutes. We might have a full let off of the rain here in the next couple minutes. Everybody's got to watch their weather radar intently figure out when is the best time to get off these tires. Cam still holding on to third, just barely. They have closed the gap to Dadson and Saito, though, as the track has begun to dry up a little bit. The advantage of the all-wheel drive begins to fade as traction comes back for the other drivers and the other engine configuration types. For the, I guess that's probably the wrong word, engine configuration, but more like drivetrain. That's the word I'm looking for. Texas just much faster out of these corners. I would assume Camzilla is fuel saving pretty hard at the moment. Just trying to make sure that he can make it. Yep, Saito begins to fall back as the wet tire advantage begins to fade. As the track dries up, we're now to the halfway point on the weather. The rain has gotten real light. It's due to stop here in the next lap. The rain should stop completely on the next lap. That is quite a bit early. It might rain a little bit more again, or it might dry up from this point. Side by side through 130R. Nice move by K2. But look at Mercury flying up in the back. Grabs the inside position as well. Yep, all the advantage that the Lambo had in the wet weather has basically gone away at this point. And those wets are going to start to wear. Yep, as we can see, K2's wets, everybody's wets are starting to get a little red up on top. Oh, Camzilla did get beat by Texas. I don't think we can catch that in the replay buffer. Let's see if we can take a look. Oh, there it was, right there. On the straight. Nice job. The Texas now pushing on Saito. Trying to find a way past this all-wheel drive Lamborghini. That might be an opportunity right there. Just got to get the grip. No. I think the rain has completely stopped. Yes, it has. So the question is the rain going to begin again before the end of this race? Given the last tiles are, what, 5 and then 6? It might not. I think we're in that 5 tile right now, and the rain has stopped completely. So we might get another sprinkle on that 6 tile to finish up the race. But it's going to be interesting to see what people have to do. Good job by Cam there, keeping his tires wet, taking that inside position. Texas, trying to find the inside position on Saito. They are side by side through the spoons. Texas grabs it just barely. We'll have a full car length plus into 130R. Saito's going to be a little tentative through 130R. Cam keeps a good throttle down. Into the last bus stop. Trying to go wide on him. Good try, good try. Binkett sees an opportunity as they pull off. Wow, that's early. Saito, I guess Saito's tires were a little worn, but man, that's early to jump in the pits. So Binkett did get past Camzilla there on this straight section as those guys went into the pits. Looks like he just beat him on the straight. And just a absolute drag race down here. Beat him into the first corner. Oh, looks like Dirksey did as well. What happened to Cam? Did Cam go wide? Yep, Cam did go wide. So Cam blew turn 1 and 2 as I was watching the other replay. Gives up 2 positions to both Binkett and Dirksey, just trying to hold on now. K2 starting to look deadly out there. moving up quickly now that the conditions have begun to dry and traction has resumed. The wet tires are definitely starting to wear. K2's our weather guy. Dirksey and Binkett battling into the hairpin. Dirksey lets off just a little bit here. Didn't want to risk trying to take the inside. Trying to get a better exit. He's right with him. He might have an opportunity to take an overtake into Spoons if he can get alongside. That's dangerous. Yep, has to lit up. And has the outside position into Spoon. That should allow Binkett to keep it without too much trouble. Binkett goes wide on the second part. Oh, Dirksey didn't get on the throttle soon enough. Had he got on the throttle a split second sooner, I think you'd be ahead of him right now. Trying to find any wet track left. Definitely lets up hard into 130R. Binkett wide! Binkett wide! Binkett recovers. Gives up the position to Dirksey, who claims second place. There could be some pitting here. Yep. Dirksey and Binkett and Dad and Son all jump into the pits. Binkett's got them, and Camzilla. All Binkett and Cam got the most fuel, about 7% higher than the other two cars. Wow, Dad and Son's front wet tires completely shot. He ran those to the absolute limit. Is anybody going to stay out? Looks like Texas is already on the racing medium tires. He pit early. He's going to beat all these guys out of the pits and take first place. Dad and Son is out. Tentative on the pit exit. It is still very wet down here. Don't cross over the line, whatever you do. Saito having already pit. Exits behind. Comes across Binkett in 4th place. Camzilla into 5th now. Gonna have to make a move on Saito again, it looks like. Saito pushing Binkett. Let's check in with the weather. Still nothing on the radar. K-Mars did get a 3-second pit penalty. That's going to hurt a lot. Everybody should be on the racing medium tires, I would imagine. There might be an exception from Makina. Nope. The 3-second pit lane penalty is going to cost K2 Mars a lot of spots. Saito's still hanging on to a top 5 position. Texas way out in front at the moment, about a 4-second lead. Was one of the first cars to get on the dry tires. Was obviously able to make use of that on the outlap and gain a whole bunch of seconds. Well, Dad and Son was struggling with his front tires dying. Got about 15 and a half minutes left. I don't think we're going to have any more rain, honestly. It's possible. Nothing on the radar. Ooh, Camzilla gets a little loose on the curbs. Gotta watch out for those curbs. They are still really wet. Like that. You touch that one curb on that right side as you exit the chicane, and that can happen. Gotta stay off those wet curbs. Track is almost entirely dry now. Dried out way sooner than the GTD Pro race. So it's Texas, Dad, Binkett, Saito, Cam, Dirksey, Jim, and Sully is the top 8 on the field. Got about 14 and a half to go. There's quite a gap right now for Texas. He is still in visual range of Dad's son, though. Junior is doing well. Binkett a fair bit behind them. Can at least see Dad and son up ahead. Seems to be struggling, though. Saito doing everything he can to hold Camzilla off. What happens here in the hairpin? Anything? No. Merck is way in the back. Merck is in 10th at the moment. We got K2, Jim, Sully, and Merck. Little group here in the back of the pack. K2 having fallen behind from his pit lane penalty. Mustang sounds good. Not seeing much movement at the moment. Jim might make a move on K2 here. Nope, lost it through 130R. Not enough speed. Saito did get passed by Cam. Cam back into 4th. We did miss that at some point. Let's see if we can catch it. Nope. Now Cam is going to have to run down Binkett if he wants to get on that podium. Let's check in on the weather. Nothing still on the radar. I think it's going to be... I think we're now into the last 2 random tiles, so that last R6 tile literally had no rain at all. That's very interesting. Basically no rain from the last 2 rain tiles, so 4 tiles of dry weather is what we got. Hopefully everybody has enough fuel to make it to the end here. Probably did not anticipate running this hard for this long. Take a look at everybody's fuel. Texas at a half tank. Dad and son under that, about maybe a lap less. Binkett just above him. Camzilla about the same range. So Texas actually has the most fuel of any of the cars in the top 5. That definitely bodes well for him to hold on to that lead position. Sorry, a lot of dead air there. I was just thinking to myself. We got about maybe 5 laps to go. This race should end on probably 25. Ooh, lots of speed for Junior into the first and second corner. He's can't tell if that gap is expanding or contracting. It's up to about almost 5 seconds. He's got himself about 6 seconds between him and Binkett. 1, 2, 3 might just be solidified. Cam's still trying to run down Binkett. Lots of gap between him and Saito behind him. The field is definitely spread out as it's gotten drier. It was much more condensed in the rain, and it is way spread out now. There's a good, second or 2 seconds between just about every car. Or more. Mercury up to 7th. But a long 14-second gap to get above that. Dirksey solidly in 6th place. Saito's still trying to run down Cam. Cam's still trying to run down Binkett. And it's our race leader, Texas Speed Stars. With the, I guess that's the Renault RS1. No, it's an Audi. I forgot what car they had taken. The Audi TT, is that what it is? That thing clearly is quick. It looks to be front-wheel drive, too. Interesting. Maybe FR. Binkett has definitely run down Dad and Son a little bit. Junior, rather. Oh, Junior into the grass slightly. Not paying attention. Maybe looking behind him. They are teammates, however, so we'll see what happens. Crayola rocks today, apparently. Crayola rocks. Anybody remember that? Dirksey in a solid 5th place position. Saitos has fallen back. I think Saito was up in 5th ahead of Dirksey, but has now fallen back behind him. Mercury has definitely shortened that gap. It was, what, 14 seconds to Dirksey before, and it's down to just 5 on Saito. So Saito definitely had a problem and fell behind. Makina pushing on K2, trying to see if he can square up in 8th position. K2 a little wide. That's a dangerous spot to go wide in. Very wet out there. Look at the weather, the wet meter go way up as soon as the tire touches the curb. Just shoots up. Dirksey in a solid 5th place position, has some work to do. It's looking like roughly 2 to 3 laps remaining. I think everybody's got plenty of fuel and plenty of tires. Might just barely be 3. I think it's going to end up actually being 2. I think it's going to time out at the end of the 2nd lap, perhaps. It'll be close. Oh, Dance Jr. way off into the grass. Good recovery. Did cost him some time, but he didn't lose control. Camzilla still trying to reel in Binkett. Saito still hanging on to a pretty good 6th place. I'm sure he would have loved to get back up into 2, but what a great job during the rain stint for him. Mercury not far behind, trying to reel him in for a 6th place position. Then we have quite the gap to K2 and Marquina, followed by Jim, Sully, Kuraskai, and yeah, that's it. Thrasher had dropped out of the race earlier. Oh, Cam right on Binkett now. Within a second, he's into the slipstream range. This is our only real action on the track, honestly. Everybody else is a little too far apart. Mercury and Saito are pretty close together. Oh, Binkett way wide, way wide. Camzilla Gonna take the position. There you go. Into third. Onto the podium. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened there. Just late braking. Sailed off the track. Very unfortunate. I thought I heard a little bit of rain. Did I hear some rain? Nope. Track is suddenly a little wet. Did we get a sprinkle or something? What happened there? I could have swore I heard some rain falling. Maybe my imagination. So Camzilla into third place on the podium now, getting around Binkett after the mistake in the spoons. Still quite the gap for Dirksey to make up. Now they will have 2 more laps, for sure. So 24 and then 25 will be the final lap. Gotta be careful with those curbs. Even one tire on it can spin you, like what happened to me in 130R. Oh, that's dangerous, that curb. Binkett trying to hold on. Trying to pull out any extra miles per hour out of the S's. Just seems to be falling behind. Mercury's still all over Saito. This is the only other real pair of racers that are anywhere close to each other right now. Looking at the arrows on the track, the last place position, there might be one more battle going on up there. Down there. Mercury desperate to get ahead of the Lambo. Oh, Saito picks up a half second. That's going to cost him the position. That's brutal. Oh, that's going to be served just before 130R. That's going to cost him the position for sure. Mercury doesn't even have to really challenge anymore. He's going to get it. Binkett's still on Camzilla. Still within a second. Still in the draft. It starts to get a little dark here in the last couple minutes. The sun has basically set. Be careful. Yeah, you don't want to hit that outside curb on 130R. And Mercury should make the pass here. And he does. So Mercury into 6th. He's got a shot on Dirksey. He's only 5 seconds behind. If Dirksey has a mistake or a big problem, he could grab 5th. Texas way out in front. 8-second gap. Lots of fuel. Texas looks like Danson's on his last lap of fuel. Cam is basically right there as well. Everybody pretty much got the fuel exactly right. Danson's tires in bad shape. That might be a story here too. Will those tires hold up to the end of this lap? If they do give up on him or he makes some big mistake, it could cost him the podium position. Mercury is reeling Dirksey in slowly but surely. He's definitely closed that gap. It was 5 seconds. It's down to 3. Camzilla through the hairpin. Tires in good shape. Binkett's still right on him. Junior's tires are in real rough shape here. Goes through the spoons. Time has expired. Oh, that's a little bit of a slide, I think. Yep. Oh, look at that. Cam is going to be right on him going into the last hairpin, depending on everybody's 130Rs. Mercury still in the same range. Binkett. Oh, Binkett. Oh, very close, Binkett. Very close. Basically pulled a Zen, almost. Cam holds on for the podium, so it's Texas for the win. Junior in second place, his tires barely holding on. Cam Zilla's going to take third place. Binkett fourth. What a great job by everybody. Up in that top, those top four cars all did an amazing job. Dirksy's going to finish out his lap. Saito in seventh to finish out this race, it looks like. Yep, calmly in seventh. So Dirksy fifth, Merck sixth, Saito in seventh. Way to go, Saito. K2 in eighth. Makina in ninth. That early start on the softs did not do him any favors. Jim is going to round it out with a 10th place finish. And it'll be Sully and Kuraskai to wrap up the back of the pack. What a great, exciting race this was. Lots of action from start to finish. Our fastest lap is Makina on the soft tires at 1:13 something. I just missed it. What is it? 1:13.3. So it's Texas, Junior, Cam, Binkett, Dirksy as our top 5 drivers. Way to go, guys. Great race, great race. Everybody have a great rest of your Sunday. And peace out.